This is a Harper Guys production.
The Harper contains foul language and adult material. If you are easily offended and thin-skinned, you should hit the stop button now. And if you are not a complete idiot, let's get this party started.
Let's get down to brass tacks, gentlemen. If I was informed correctly, the clock is ticking. Is that right, Jimmy?
But good luck arguing that in court. Let me get down to brass tacks.
Listen, let's get down to brass tacks here. How much for the ape?
Jack, let's just cut the crap and get down to brass tacks here.
Are you hating on Neil Diamond?
Holy fuck Neil Diamond.
Our dream of deathmatch is going to come to fruition, and my golden ticket is going to pay off. Hoo-ah. Don't you fucking hoo-ah me, motherfucker.
I want the ability to time travel.
Dumb. This is stupid.
Welcome to the Harper. This is your host, Jake. With me, as always, my co-host, Adam.
That's right.
Man, it didn't feel even natural saying it yet.
It's only been almost 3 months.
3 months.
Woo!
That is one hell of a Christmas fucking vacation right
That
there.
is a Christmas fucking special coming at you here. We had, last episode was published on the 9/11.
Right.
So it's been a bit. It's 1/6.
It is.
So that puts us 5 days from 3 months. So,
It's the 1 year anniversary of the day that 14 people dressed in costumes almost took over our country. I didn't know if you realized that today was the 1 year anniversary of the storming of the Capitol building.
14 people dressed in costumes.
That was a joke. I don't know if you've seen the tape. They really weren't trying to overthrow our government.
Yeah, I know.
One guy was dressed like a goat. I don't know quite how else to say that.
I actually have stopped watching the news for almost a year now.
But it's been a year today. So
I don't see much unless you tell me.
Well, January 6th, a day that will live in infamy.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Harper, episode number 97. You thought we were going to quit and we're going to get to a hundo, but we're going to make it.
Nope.
Well, maybe we're going to make it.
That's right.
Visit us at theharperguys.com. There you can find our Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube links.
Yes.
There are links up in the right-hand corner. Click on them.
Link it.
Link it and click it. You can also find us everywhere podcasts are found.
Yeah.
So that's it. I used to say subscribe to our...
Fuck that shit. New Year's resolution. Tell a friend.
we used to say subscribe to our fucking YouTube channel, but I don't do that because no one ever fucking listens. So I figure if I stop saying it...
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
The real music, the beauty of this show is between the ears. I mean, I'm not a big deal on YouTube because I'm aesthetically pleasing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you have any updates you want to bring forth? Or are you good?
I mean, I don't know which updates you want to. I mean, there's a million things to update in this world. I lost 3 people in my family, and only 2 of them died. So there's that. Over the last several months, the other one exited stage left.
Okay.
So the bunker is now the entire house. I don't know how to say that.
I've got some updates, but I'm going to bring those in later in the show.
I mean, your specific update, I feel like that's going to be its own segment. You know what I mean?
No, it's going to be a part of one.
Things are changing for the Harper. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
Like we're still going to be fucking bigger and badder than ever, but I think we're about to get a little bit more, fucking uncut. There's some things that are on the table now. You can talk about work and I can talk about pussy pretty much as freely as we need to.
It's not going to be down to a brass tax. It's going to be down to brash tax.
That's right. We slurring a little bit every night going on.
Yeah. So, bottom line is the last 3 months, there has been a lot going on in our families and life in general. So that's what we had to exit,
We didn't anticipate that long of a break. Thank you for sticking with us.
Yes.
And a special shout out to our buddy down in Greenbow, Alabama.
We don't know if it's Greenbow.
That's where I'm saying, from the county of Greenbow. He's the guy that runs our fans page, and he's fucking kick-ass. He actually just checked up with us not too long ago.
What's his name?
To see if we're coming back. Alan from Alabama.
AL from AL.
Try to say Alabama like just as a normal Midwestern person. It's hard to do.
Sweet home Alabama.
So you either want to sing it or you feel like you have to say it with some kind of a dialect.
Well, that's just Forrest Gump.
But then I'm
Maybe you should go back home to Greenbow, Alabama.
Right. I mean, or you can just sound like Morgan Wallen, Alabama.
I don't listen to that stuff.
I'm going to act like you didn't say that.
I don't.
Because I like our friendship and all. I mean, I feel like you should give Morgan Wallen a chance.
I did. You made me play his song like 7 times in a row in a truck.
Which one? Somebody's Problem?
I don't know. We went hunting, and you made
right.
me, and you said just one more time.
I'm sorry.
I'm a hurting man.
I'm sorry.
You said one
apparently,
more time.
Apparently, there are things less American than trying to hunt white-tailed deer while listening to country music.
Anywho, holy shit!
Welcome back.
Welcome back. So I got a little segment here I'd like to do.
All right, then.
What's in a name? Now this is kind of like
letters.
The more I've been paying attention to some sports, I see some names that are out there, and maybe think back to like, and I know I'm gonna miss a million of them that were funny at the time.
Yeah.
But I've noticed through fantasy football, for instance, that I was talking with one of our members or one of our managers in fantasy football, and we were playing each other, and I said, "Oh, it looks like you've got your kicker going, and his last name is Gay." I said, "I hope I don't get beat by the gay guy," joking, not homophobic or anything, but but it's just funny. It's just funny to see on somebody's back or somebody's shirt, and then you see some linebacker, and he's coming in out of the screen, and his last name's Gay, and it's just I don't know. Right. Maybe it shouldn't be funny anymore. Maybe I'm just too much of a child, but to me it's funny. And then you see some guy's name like Sample. I'm like, that's just a weird. How did these guys ever get these names? I guess where's the origin of these last names?
Yeah, I believe that they come from all over the place, and I think I know this a little bit from my own family because like we've traced the Kiba last name back.
Oh, you have
a little bit, not much.
So have I.
I can't wait to hear about this. But what we know is that it's actually morphed and changed a little bit over the years.
Yes.
Depending on the demographic and where it's from, and what the translation is from one language to another.
Right.
So
I have here. Now, obviously, this was a 5-minute search. I did not spend 4 hours on this.
Did you go on Ancestry?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
So this is just simple.
Okay.
So Kiba is a variation of the Hebrew name Akiva, Akiva. That's just what this came up with.
Okay.
Whether it's right or wrong, and maybe it doesn't pertain to you.
Okay.
It means in Japanese it means fang, F-A-N-G, like the big fang, and then Kiba also means protect or shelter.
I like the second one better.
Yeah.
Fang. That sounds like every other Japanese word.
So,
doesn't it?
My last
Fang,
name,
tang, wang,
Reisinger.
gang.
I looked this up. Obviously, I've looked this up before.
Yeah.
And there's some funny shit to this one. The first part that I had never seen before, that it was a German occupational name for a soldier.
They called him a Reisinger?
Well, it wasn't exactly Reisinger. It was a variation. There was no gur at the end. It was just like Reisen.
Reisinger. It's like your Southie fucking name.
Yeah.
It's fucking Reisinger.
And so soldier, warrior, or literally traveler. So it's more basically my last name is synonymous with traveler.
So you're a gypsy.
Yeah. And then the funniest part that I had read before prior searches was someone who lived near a thicket or underbrush. Like that was your home. Like I don't know how bad it was back in Bavaria,
right?
But
No
apparently we were living by a thicket, and as people were coming out of their homes, they were like, "Geez, look at the Reisingers over there sleeping all nestled up to their bushes,
right,
and thickets."
Right. So you either lived under a tree or you were occupying somebody else's country. That's what I got out of it.
Yeah.
Like, oh fuck, here come the Reisingers. Here come the Reisingers.
Maybe, well, you're a traveler. You really don't have a home. Huh?
Right. So those
sleep wherever the fucking
so you're like 0 for 3. You either sleep under a tree, you're a gypsy, or you're an occupational soldier.
Warrior, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, warrior.
You could be all three. You're a traveling warrior.
Yeah.
Sleeps by thickets.
Interesting.
Yeah. So there you go. I don't really know about the warrior part, but I can see traveling and sleeping by thickets.
You're a keyboard warrior. I'll tell you that.
No, I'm
You're
not.
definitely a keyboard warrior.
I'm not, because I don't believe in that. Oh, fuck you! Oh, fuck you back! No.
Exclamation point.
Yeah. I am 6'3" and 280. No.
I just meant that you're badass on a computer.
No,
I didn't.
I'm not really.
Shut up. You unlocked mine. An actual person that works in an IT field that gets paid an annual salary of thousands of dollars had my computer sit on their desk for 8 hours and were confused as to what step one was.
Yeah.
I give it to Adam and he's like, done.
And that was through osmosis.
Here's your shit box back. There's not even a password on it now.
All right.
Let's get down to brass tacks, gentlemen.
So we're done with names already?
No, we're not. So,
Jiminy Christmas.
so the gay name in the sample name in sports. I have another one from sports. Unfortunately, it has to do with homophobic bullshit again. I went to an Akron Arrows game. They are now the Rubber Ducks.
Yeah.
So, once again, I'm not claiming to be non-immature at any point in my life, but there was a guy's name, and I don't. Maybe some people are just proud. They just, this is who we are. But the guy's name was Faggot, Faggat,
Okay.
and his first name was Ethan, and I don't know. It doesn't mean anything, but we're literally, a bunch of us were getting a little bit boozed up, and we're, come on, hit the ball, faggot. It's just, we're probably going to get taken off YouTube.
I'm sure he used that his whole life, though.
I know, but I just don't believe that life is hard enough.
Dude,
let alone having a name like that.
Tell me you remember when the Browns had a running back named Benjamin Gay.
Yeah, Ben Gay.
His name was Ben Gay.
Synonymous with the cream and
Right.
your sexuality.
Right. And I remember being at games and wasted Browns fans would be like, put the gay guy in. That gay guy looks so good. I'd be like, does he? Is that what we're basing this on now?
Now, so in my personal life, going to school,
Yeah.
and I'm sure this girl, I didn't know her very well, but I'm sure she's just a sweetheart. Hopefully, I don't know. Her name was Valerie. Always felt bad for her because she had a prosthetic leg. And, she didn't walk like the rest of us. You could tell. Okay. But you know what? She did what she did. I think she still tried to do some sports or whatever. Good for her.
Do it, Val.
Her last name was Tripp.
That's awesome as fuck.
Ironicisms.
But that's awesome. You can't even make that up. That's
I know
sweet.
you can't.
She can't even, I'm sure her as an adult right now, she's like, yeah, I get it. It's fucking awesome.
She probably was
at a 14-year-old girl.
What is your name?
Yeah.
Tim Cranberry Ass? I'm taking it.
Right. I don't think so. I told you, my daughter's got a friend. She's of legal age now, so I don't mind. I'm not going to drop her first name on her, but her last name is his cock. Her last name, Hiscock, is his cock. So that means that somebody married her dad. They willingly took on the name of his cock. Valerie, his cock.
Well,
imagine if he was gay. It would be Jim, his cock.
I just think it's funny the subtleties. If I'm not the smallest person in the world anymore, but if somebody's last name is Small, they're not going to be small. They're going to be some big people.
Yeah,
it's just the way.
I guess that's probably fair.
Or the people that's
Yeah, just don't do dumb shit.
The last name Tall, they're going to be short. Just, fucking people.
Don't use verbs. You know what I mean? Love. Names like that.
Where did these names come from?
That's what I'm saying.
You know what? I'm changing my name. No, you'll be some stupid football player and change your name to Ocho Cinco.
Right.
Or Prince.
Right. What if I want to be C-3PO? You know what I mean? Oh, sorry, that one was taken. Well, fuck you.
Yeah, I don't know.
How about C-3P1?
Can you think of anything else?
That would be like that?
Or that you experienced in your life?
My sister had a friend that her last name was Tracy, and her ignorant fucking parents named her Tracy. So her name was Tracy. Stupid. Dick Trickle, the famous NASCAR driver, the stupidest parents of all time.
Was that?
His name is Richard Trickle. So his NASCAR name for his entire Hall of Fame career, his name is Dick Trickle.
Oh, so the Days of Thunder was Cole Trickle.
That's Cole Trickle. No, there's a real driver named Dick Trickle.
I got something in the mail one time, and it was like an advertisement, and it had one of those stickers on the front. The lady put it on there.
Yeah.
I can't remember the first name, but I think it was like Laura Swallows. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
how can you not laugh?
I mean, it wouldn't even be as funny without the S. Like, somebody just fucked that up. But it's one letter away. No, it's close to a palindrome. It'd be a lot cooler if it was a palindrome.
Yeah.
I do love a good palindrome. Palindromes are some of my favorite words in the English language. So, I mean, I don't know. There's always like, have you ever seen the very famous picture of the two teammates sitting together? It was actually at a high school game.
Butts.
No. And both kids actually played Division I college football. Two kids, Devin Dingle and Ryan Berry, sitting beside each other. So their jerseys said Dingleberry.
There's another one that's something Butts.
Yeah.
I forget what it is. Harry Butts.
Yeah, something like that. It's like, I don't know. Names,
Dingleberry.
right. Names are funny, but it's like Scott Player ended up in the NFL. Like, that's a great name. You're like,
Player?
that's a right, his player. Like, that's a great sports
I mean,
name.
come on. In baseball, in Cleveland, we had Coco Crisp and Milton Bradley.
I mean, I do like Milton Bradley.
I mean, that was a freaking game maker.
No, his first name wasn't Milton.
Yes, it was.
No. You're
Pretty sure it was Milton Bradley. He was a fucking hothead.
I don't think his first name was Milton.
I could be wrong, but
Either way, though, I know what you're
I
saying.
think it was. Because at the
But
time
ga-
we
but- but for a
had
game
Coco
player-
Crisp and Milton Bradley, and it was like,
Yeah,
something ain't right.
I believe you.
Why don't you look it up? See if Milton Bradley's right.
I don't know. Did Milton Bradley play for the Indians? I don't know. Did Milton Bradley play for Cleveland? Da-da-da-da. Milton Bradley was traded to the Cleveland Indians in exchange for pitching prospect Zach Day in 2004.
And no one will ever remember Zach Day.
And in recent news, he was accused and subsequently found guilty of domestic assault. So
He was a hothead. Did I not say that?
you did.
I
You
believe-
nailed. Man, you nailed that. You didn't even see that coming, though, did you?
No, I didn't.
Good job.
That's what she said.
Way to bring up the wife beater on the show.
All right. There's probably, like I said, I'm missing a million more of them.
Rudy Gay, one of the best basketball players in the
Rudy Gay.
one of the best basketball players in the NBA.
And without
when healthy right now, but it's just funny.
But even without the gay slurs of the last names,
Yeah.
there's funny ones. I don't know. It's I'm trying to think of some more. I should have probably wrote more down. But I wrote the ones that and I kind of want to go over last names. I think it's interesting how last names change. There was a story we had. My last name is Reisinger. We had some Greisinger. Just put a G in the front of it. It's the
Right.
same. It was spelled exactly the same.
Yep.
And I can remember being at Marie's in Wadsworth, and me and my mom and dad were in line. It's a little place. There was at the time there was only like 6 booths.
Yeah.
So when you got one, you're like, "Whoo!"
G's up, hose back.
Like we were fist bumping. Everybody's happy. So we're in there waiting. The Greisingers. They were actually. The son was 1 year older than me, and the daughter was a couple years older than me.
Hey
they
now.
come in as a group of 4, and we had been waiting, and the waiter comes up and says, "Reisinger for us," and they were like, "Yeah," and they went, and my parents didn't even see it, they didn't even hear it, but I was like, no, but I just let it go.
Yeah.
I was gonna be like, "No, you got." Was that with a G or an R?
Rising.
So forever be pissed about that.
Yeah, I wouldn't be. What are you gonna do?
We still got Deet.
I have the only Kiba around. I've never run into another Kiba in my life.
Fang.
I actually met a woman one time that her first name was Kiba.
You're like, huh? You wanna?
No. And in fairness,
I can give you rights to the last
no,
part.
No. And in fairness, like it was a funny. It was one of those weird things where she saw my last name on my driver's license. She's like, "That's my first name." I was like, "Really?" She's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Cool."
So
Not that matters, but she was pretty hot too. So,
are we gonna talk about the logo? Or are we just gonna let that go and
No,
see
fuck
who
that shit.
see who figures it out?
We'll talk about that on episode 100.
Okay. All right.
Next.
Do you have anything?
I didn't really come in hot with anything.
I got enough.
Like, well, let's just roll. I'll
All
come
right.
up with shit on the fly. I mean, I don't know if you noticed. That's kind of
That's how you roll.
what to do.
All right. I'm still clearing up from a little cough, so just don't mind me.
And in the mind of clearing up from a little bit of cough,
Oh, yes. What do we got here? What are we drinking here?
a little ginger beer and bourbon tonight.
I've never had ginger beer until today.
What do you honestly think? You know, you like the ginger beer and the bourbon together?
I mean, it makes it more...
Palatable. You're not a big bourbon guy yet.
Well, it's not like I'm not drinking bourbon like I'm drinking craft beer. Let's put it that way.
Well, it took a while to get you on the craft beer there. That's the thing, though.
I would say this is a little bit more friendly, a little bit more girly.
Yeah.
I think the women would even like this.
My ma likes that. My ma is not a drinker, but I got my ma turned on to those. Don't get me wrong. She's like,
now,
bloop.
Now, I did notice that you made sure these were in copper. Is
Kappa.
that what you have to do?
You don't have to. It just keeps them a little colder.
Ah,
You know.
I like it. But
Nobody likes warm ginger.
You were pulling this out of the cupboard and that out of the dishwasher, and I was like,
Yeah.
we got something going on here. It's a little different. It's not glass.
No. It's definitely copper. Like mine's titanium, yours is copper. Same basic principle.
Titanium. So, see, he gets the titanium.
I got that one actually in Kentucky. It's the only one I drink out of, bro. You got an actual copper mug.
What do I got to do to get a titanium around
I don't know.
here?
Fix a few more fucking things. I'm sure there's a list somewhere that we're waiting for you to
The,
work on there.
The
hubby.
landlord finally got approval.
Right. I can do whatever the fuck I want now.
All right, so something's been bothering me for quite a bit, and I know I've talked about it on other shows, but we've had 3 fucking months off, and I just
Yeah.
want to close this book. These are opinions from me. These are not opinions from Jake. He will express his, I'm sure, if he disagrees or agrees. I want to ask you a question.
Okay.
Do you believe that the COVID, this is just not going to be a very long segment, but just COVID was an on-purpose thing to fuck up the election? Or do you believe it was just an accident and the world suffered?
I believe that it was a major fuck up that was, I think it got out on accident. I think it's people playing with shit they shouldn't be fucking playing with, but we can't control that in other countries. That's what I honestly believe. It's like they created something so contagious that nobody could get away from it.
Yeah, but here's what I believe.
You asked my opinion.
I know, and here I want to stomp all over it. Obviously, you're not wrong. It's your opinion.
Of course,
but
I'm not wrong. Have you watched the show?
When you see, do you remember when it first came out? They were like, it was people eating bats. Then they showed an Asian guy that was over in China, and they showed like he was out there. There was a desk that was supposedly contaminated, and now all of a sudden they're condemning him and they're like beating him with canes because he's the one that let it loose. It was like 4 or 5 stories right off the bat that were like, this is where it came from. And I believe that I know what happened, and this is not leaked. This is not a conspiracy. This is what I believe happened.
Okay.
I guess you could call it a conspiracy. What I believe happened was it was spread on purpose by extremists. Now, you can go wherever you want with that.
Okay.
You can go liberal extremists. You can go crazy fuck extremists, whatever. They wanted to cause havoc, but it was twofold. The first one was they knew if it was dropped when it was, what was that? It was the top of the year, basically the new year, I believe, because it didn't really catch and spread fully in America until like March.
Of almost 2 years ago.
Right. And what else do I have wrote in here?
I don't know.
And so I believe the first execution of this was to fuck up the election because we were coming into the election year, and I believe that they figured Trump would. It's gonna fuck everything up. It's gonna fuck up. It's gonna fuck up employment. It's gonna fuck up the economy. He's probably not gonna handle it right. And I think they were that worried about him getting reelected. I really do. Second part was I believe that there's some people in the world, organizations, extremists that believe that we are overpopulated. And as Edward Longshanks said in Braveheart, the dead cost nothing. And let's just wipe out a bunch of fucking people because our world is, you hear about it all the time. And another phrase from a movie, The Matrix, where humans are basically like the cancer of the earth. We spread and we spread and we spread. We use every resource that we can. It's not false. It is very true.
Yeah.
I mean, we do our best to kill this planet. So if there's less of us, it's a better chance that we stick around for another couple millennia, whatever. So I believe that it was an attack on purpose by extremists that could even be from our country. High political type folks that just want shit to happen. They do their best to stay protected as well as they can. You know what? It is what it is. Like I said, the dead cost nothing. When you think about it, it was just the coronavirus. But if anybody had a half a brain, they knew that there was more than one version of this. You had the loss of smell version. You had the respiratory version that put you into the hospital that was really fucking deadly. Those were kind of the first two. And then you also heard the ones that were just, people were either asymptomatic, so I guess that wasn't actually a version. It just was how lucky you were.
Yeah.
Or you just had like cold symptoms, like the flu symptoms. Then they want to come out about a year later and say that the unvaccinated are causing a Delta variant, which is the biggest bunch of bullshit. There was already 3 or 4 of these variants to begin with. They didn't come out and say that. They hit it all. Then they wanted to do a vaccine that, as we know, doesn't fucking do shit because people are still getting sick on top of it. My point is this. When we all had, I know maybe this is not good to compare, but comparing the chicken pox, not deadly. I mean, maybe it was to some kids. I don't know. Probably wasn't deadly. You got it as a kid, back when we were kids. Like, we didn't have a vaccine. My kids have a vaccine for it now.
Yeah.
But when we were kids and we got the chicken pox, we weren't making a variant of it and spreading it, and all of a sudden it was, you got chickenpox A and I got chickenpox B. No, it was just the fucking chickenpox. I believe that it's a huge conspiracy that there's so many different versions, but they're all classifying it as the same thing.
I'm just biding my time letting you talk.
Go ahead.
So that's what you think. You think it was released on purpose by extremists, and that there's a whole bunch of variations that aren't actually connected, but they're calling them the same thing.
No.
I'm asking.
They're saying that they're connected.
Okay. So I believe that they are all connected. All of the strands of coronavirus, I believe, are connected. Just like every year, there's a new flu shot. Why? Because the flu mutates, just like this is doing. These are not the first diseases on this planet to mutate and continue to evolve.
There was
and have
more than one
variants.
version off the bat.
No.
Yes, there was.
No.
So you're telling me that
more than one. Hold on.
Just listen.
Strain 1. Yes, I'm talking about. Yes, I'm saying there was only strain 1 to start.
And it caused that many different types of symptoms.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
No way.
Bullshit. And I'm going to call bullshit for this reason. If 6 of us sit down here tonight and drink 6 beers, tomorrow morning, all of our experiences are going to be different. Based on
that different.
Based on our sleep patterns, what we ate that day, what our hydration levels were, what our weight is, what our age is. There's a million different things that go into it. You think that it's by accident? Do you think it's by accident that almost everyone that's died from this has been old? Do you think that that's by fucking accident?
That's not true either.
Then show me the data, because from the data that I've seen, over 90% of the people that have died from this are 60 years and older.
No, I would say that is probably inaccurate. But I know of younger people that as soon as they intubate, they're dead.
There's people that die from the flu at age 20.
Right.
The numbers aren't worse than the flu.
I'm going to tell you what. When the coronavirus came out and you lose smell and I have a respiratory system, that's 2 different fucking things. There is no way that's the same fucking... You're saying that...
I disagree.
There is no way that it's that extreme.
Sure it is.
No. No way.
Sorry.
There's no way that you're comparing us to all be drinking the same shit and we're all going to have... We will have different reactions, but it's going to be on how much more drunk you get than I get. Right. It's not going to be like all of a sudden you lose smell and all of a sudden I lose hearing.
No, hold on. But what they're proving now at this point, there's enough data that they're proving that the better shape that you're in, the younger and better shape that you're in, the more that your hormone levels and your vitamin levels are like on point, the less your reaction is to this, the less people are actually getting sick to the point of being hospitalized and dying. Could it be that being a fat-ass piece of shit American is actually making this fucking worse on people?
It could.
Spoiler alert, it fucking is. There's a reason that our numbers are so fucking bad when it comes to fucking death compared to other countries in the fucking world.
Well, sure. Look at our fucking portions. They're outrageous all the time. But I still disagree to an extent of
So
there are plenty of young people that have died from this that are in good shape.
So, okay, let me use your same theory on you in a different question.
Sure.
So if you are saying that this virus coming out, there's no way that things could be that different with people between them, that it's got to be more than one.
I know it's more than one. It's obvious.
Then you tell me how a set of people can have two children, and one is a 6'7" fucking monster that plays for the University of Akron in football, and the other one is 5'2", 125 pounds, and couldn't fight their way out of a fucking wet paper bag.
It's
natural fucking selection. It's all that it is.
Listen, I can tell you and guarantee
Come on.
100% that there is more than, they're not all the same fucking things. Do you know why? That's why you need to keep getting the boosters, Jake.
I'm not getting a booster.
A booster.
I refuse to get a
listen,
booster.
A booster will protect you from the other one. And then you get another booster, it protects you from the other one. Yeah. And have you ever heard of a vaccine that's only good for 6 months?
Me personally, I've heard of one that's only good for a year. The fucking flu shot. Because it changes every year. It's getting faster.
It is ridiculous.
Newsflash, it's not going away. Anybody that thinks this is fucking ending anytime ever, it's not. And these problems continue to come out of overpopulated regions, like you mentioned, and South Asia. That's not me being anti-Asian or anything like that. H1N1, bird flu, anything you want to look up over the last 20 years, it all comes out of the same fucking place. Mm-hmm. So let's not act like that's a racist fucking statement. That's just an honest answer as to exactly what's been fucking happening.
So lastly, I know you got vaccinated. I have not.
I wish I was in your. wish I was in your shoes.
But that's what I wanted to say.
I'm jealous of you.
This is just the last part of this. So you believe, or you wish now that you would have not?
I wouldn't have to have had that ear removed from my back. So yeah.
Ear?
I'm kidding. Obviously, I didn't grow a third ear. But yeah, going back, I wish that I wouldn't have done it. Just
Why?
Because for what this is in trials, like we don't know. And I was like first in line. I was like, oh, I get one first. I'll take it.
See,
and I did.
From our family's standpoint, we're worried about friends and family that have gotten it.
Yeah.
Maybe we're wrong. Maybe nothing bad will happen from this.
Maybe.
But there's a lot of speculation and a lot of people that I do know that I don't know the medical personnel personally, but they have family members that are medically bound.
Yeah.
And those people are very worried. Some of them. But I know a lot of smart-ass motherfuckers too.
Yeah.
That did get the shot and they're continuing to get the boosters and all this shit. And I guess it's so perplexing because I don't know. I feel like I don't want to subject myself to this. Not because I'm, you can't tell me what to do kind of shit, but it just doesn't seem like you said the trials just really aren't there for all this shit.
Right. First it was 2 shots of this one, 2 shots of this one, or 1 shot of that one. And now we're talking 3 shots, 4 shots, who knows how many.
And I do have some friends that, they are having no problem getting vaxxed, but at this point, it's coming out of their mouth. I don't want to keep getting the boosters. So, I don't know.
Yeah, well, you know what if I was going to fight one thing on this front, because I'm telling you, it's not going to change. It's not going to stop for years. Like, coronavirus isn't going away, as much as we all are fucking tired of hearing that term.
You know how you know?
But the one thing I want to say, though, is if we could all agree on one thing at some point in time, can we please stop fucking with our children? Like, the mortality rate with kids with this is like almost fucking 0. And for the few families that have lost a child to this, I am not minimizing your loss. I can't even fathom the loss of a child. What I'm saying is forcibly injecting a whole generation, the largest generation that this country will have seen to date until that generation has kids, pumping these kids full of fear and fucking shit that we don't know what it's going to do to them is a terrible fucking idea.
Why are they pushing it so much?
I don't know. It's because leftists love conformity. They want everybody to be in a fucking line. That's what it comes down to. Every fucking policy they have, they want something, whether it's a fucking bread line, a fucking unemployment line, whatever your line you're in, they want you to be in a fucking line.
I'm going to tell you what. This coronavirus is going to make Biden's 4 years make him seem invisible.
He's the worst president literally of all time.
But not just that.
He's a year in. He's 1 year in. Next week will be 1 year.
But his term has been completely almost invisible because of coronavirus. He's going to go in and out. Oh, no. And it's just a blur. And he's already set forth a bunch of shit with I don't remember what it was, with the shots or something through his whole 4 years. Like I forget what it was. I don't know if it's boosters or no. It was the testing. It was the test kits. He's getting it so by 2024 we'll still have all these test kits. It's like 2024. I mean, obviously you agree with that. You don't think it's going anywhere.
I don't.
So therefore you will need the test kits. But
do you take a test? Do you take a test kit for the flu?
No.
For the regular influenza, which has a new variant every year. You can look this up. It's not me propagandizing. It's a real thing. Every year there's a new variant because that's what it does. It mutates itself out in the world. They try to figure out something to stop it. Bam. That's your annual flu shot. That's what this is going to turn into. This is flu shot 2.0.
That's fine. But quit making it like the world's fucking ending.
I don't disagree, man.
Now, I will tell you, though, that we just heard a story or had a story the other day. My wife was watching a friend of a friend or somebody she went to school with, and the husband is, in his mid to late 40s. And
Whoa. We're going to have to kick you off the show. You're now going to have to quarantine for 14 days before you come back to the show because you're coughing on set.
Anyways, he did die. But they had to induce a coma and all this other shit. I'm like, okay, obviously it's bad if they're inducing a coma, but I don't get it. I don't get that part.
I'm not going to pretend to be a doctor. All I'm going to tell you is that there are certain things that people need to pay attention to in terms of verbiage. And that's one of the things that I think people are really being led astray on. Like the number of people that are dying with COVID
right,
are way different than the number of people that are dying because of COVID.
So maybe it wasn't. Yeah, who knows?
It's an underlying issue for almost every person that died. There have been so very few people that have died strictly from COVID.
So
it's all because there's complications.
Now, lastly, we have the Transformer coronavirus, which is the Omicron or whatever it is.
I don't even think this thing's real.
No, it is. And everybody got it right before Christmas in Ohio, or quite a few of people.
It's Omicron, I think, right?
Yeah. Omicron. Anyways, so basically, you couldn't get a test kit anywhere.
Still can't.
Because everybody was trying to get tested before to go visit their family members. I think I don't have any verification of this, but I'm probably at the very tail end. This is going on. It just was like a head cold.
Yeah.
And I don't understand why. What the fuck are the pills? I forgot about that. I had to write that out. What the fuck are the fucking vaccine?
I don't know. Why are you yelling at me?
Pills. Have you ever heard of taking a vaccine pill?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know that enough about vaccines. I know that I got shots when I was a kid when I was fucking told to. I decided to get this. Other than that, I don't fucking know. Like I don't take a lot of vaccines on the daily.
It makes me think so badly they just need this shit in you. They want it in you
probably,
so bad.
I know. Eventually they're gonna turn a switch someday. Everybody's gonna start fucking glowing. The more you glow, the more money you're gonna get. I don't fucking know.
Like you said, all of us at the table, it won't affect everybody, but it's gonna affect some of us.
Yeah.
Anyways, we've exhausted that fucking pony. NFL send-offs and disappointments.
I would like to go back to, I believe, episode 88 or whatever it was, when I told you that the Cincinnati Bengals were fucking for real.
This is literally last episode. The beginning of September.
There you go. I told you the Bengals are fucking real.
You said Pittsburgh. Don't count them out, too.
Pittsburgh's going to be out of the playoffs as of this week. I was right. They were right there at 500, and they're going to fall apart.
Now,
your team still couldn't beat them.
Listen.
Their quarterback's 100, and you still lost to them.
And they looked bad, both teams. Browns looked worse. I'm here. You can listen to last episode, 96. I said that the Browns were going to win, go 13-4, have a miraculous, and they should have, but they missed that by a landslide. Yeah, they sucked badly towards the end. They couldn't beat themselves out of a wet paper bag. And
The Oakland game. That's the one.
do you notice, though, they were a different team before Odell Beckham left, and Odell Beckham didn't play that much for us. Something happened in that locker room. Something happened.
Good or bad? I don't know
Well,
what you're saying.
Bad after he left.
No, fuck that shit. He's gone for all the right reasons.
No, because
You got Baker's 5th-year option next year.
just listen to me. Odell Beckham left, and I think as he was going out the door, he's like, you better question him. You better question him. And he just kept saying that. And because you had Jarvis was more, which Jarvis should say, throw the ball to me. But
He's been fucking hurt all year again.
well, he didn't look hurt that much.
Dude, he's been hurt all year.
Well, regardless, he still looked good for being hurt. Way better than Baker. I don't know. It's frustrating. Stefanski's frustrating. I love Stefanski.
He's had a rough year. He's had COVID twice in his defense.
I'm not putting the blame on anybody. I just think that the whole team as a whole, they got away from what they should have been doing. That Steelers game, and I didn't realize this until
They should have been running the fucking football.
right. That Steelers game, I didn't realize it till about the middle of the second quarter that the announcer finally said, the Steelers have the worst run defense in the league. Why aren't the Browns running it?
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just gonna tell you right now, and I'm gonna be first again on it. If the fucking idiots that run that fucking team give up on fucking Baker Mayfield, that dude is fucked up hurt this year.
Yeah.
He should not be fucking playing. He's playing on fucking heart and guts, and that's fucking it. If they give up on this kid, I hope that you go another 3 seasons with winning 1 game, mixed in the fucking middle of it somewhere, because that's what you deserve. That kid is a gamer. He's a fucking baller. Yeah, are there parts of his game that aren't going to be fucking perfect? Yes. Are there things that need to be tweaked? Yes. Does his touch need a little bit of help? Yes. He's still fucking young. Is he even 25 yet? If so, he's right at 25. I mean, this guy's got another 15 fucking years in the league if he fucking plays his shit right. Take a deep fucking breath. Keep fucking working to retool around him. And I'm going to go one more fucking step further. Dear Cleveland, you have a potential Hall of Fame fucking player on your team that you have used like 2 games this year, and then you shelf him, and then you trot him out, and he looks great again. Can we please get David fucking Njoku involved in this football team again? He's a fucking monster. He's a matchup problem in every way. He can block as a tight end. He catches fucking everything that you throw at him. He's almost uncoverable. He's what, 6'8"? Or whatever the fuck he is. Did you see like the ball that he caught last week's game? Yeah. Dude, he just decided, I'm going to catch this. You can't do anything about it because I'm David Njoku.
He didn't even catch it clean. He had to juggle it, and he still brought it down.
But that's what I'm saying.
And who did he bring it down on?
What's his ass?
Joe Hayden.
Yeah, fuck Joe Hayden. I'm just saying. Like, I feel like the Browns ship is really close to being righted. Do not fucking stroke out about this season.
Well,
but there are teams in the AFC that are like riding their 1 or 2 year wave right now. Take a deep fucking breath. Get your fucking shit together for next year. Get fucking OBJ out of there. He doesn't fit what this team's going to be. Some championship teams, some Tom Brady's championship teams. Other than like Tampa Bay last year, name his fucking wide receivers on his championship teams. You don't put money into those fucking positions. It's a waste of fucking money. You put the money into your offensive linemen and your backs, and you get sure-handed fucking wide receivers that catch the ball. That's what fucking Landry is. He's a dog. That's why he fits.
Who is the number 1 tight end that sucks fucking balls?
Dude,
right
cut
now?
him, fucking Hooper. I called it when they signed him. He sucks.
Is horrible. He lost a couple games for us
He's
just
fucking
recently.
terrible. He can't catch. He had 1 good year for Atlanta.
They went back and they showed him. He was trying to block
I know,
on
dude.
a run play.
He's fucking terrible.
And he fucking whiffed on it, I think on purpose.
Dude, he's fucking terrible.
Njoku is the beast. Even that other guy is a great number 2. Put Njoku at the 1.
Harrison Bryant?
Yeah.
Dude, Harrison Bryant's going to be good.
Yeah.
But yes, I agree. Hooper's got to go. Dude, I have no way Hooper lasts this year. They're not going to pay that contract again. They're going to eat that money. Dude, sign Njoku. Sign Njoku to a contract. Because if you don't, they're going to fuck around and they're going to let him go play with somebody like Aaron Rodgers.
Or Baltimore.
Or he's going to go.
Well, they don't need him in Baltimore.
He'll go be Mac Jones' other tight end to go with fucking Hunter Henry. Like, I'm telling you what, this is not a guy that you want to let out of Cleveland. You drafted him with a high draft pick on purpose, and he's that good.
And he almost left last year, and he fucking thought, I'm going to stay.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
And then they used him more this year, but not as much.
I know. They need to make sweet, sweet love to this kid and be like, look, we love you, and you're the answer. If you watch him in real time on game film, He's a problem.
Yes.
And a real problem. You've already got Peoples-Jones on the outside who's going to end up holding that spot down.
He's finally doing well.
He's dropped a couple balls. Let's take a deep breath and wait for him to turn into Marvin Harrison.
Fine.
Right, that kid's awesome. So you got both of your receivers. You got your 2 tight ends. Your offensive line is the best 5 fucking offensive linemen in pro football. It's the best offensive line when they're healthy. They've had a bad year with everybody being hurt and fucked up and shit. Conklin will be back next year. You need a little bit of depth.
9 sacks.
And you've got all 3 fucking running backs are fucking good. Your team's this close. You just need Baker healthy. Everybody take a deep breath.
Well, the offensive line needs to stay healthy so Baker can stay healthy.
Well, I'm agreeing with that.
Although
you don't fucking blow this team up.
I wouldn't. Here, the best part about everything, being a Browns fan right now, is 2 things. 1, we'll never have to play against Ben Roethlisberger again. 2,
that's not a blessing right now.
Yes,
dog.
it is.
Wrong division.
No, listen. Number 2 is, but it's a stigma. It's a thing they can't get off their shoulder. Number 2 is, we have an owner that likes to spend money and has been putting pieces out there. They just need to keep doing it and get rid of some of these shit bags that are horrible, like Hooper, and keep fucking doing it because they're doing the right thing.
They're getting closer.
But so, do you think that our 2 backs? So, I know obviously we have Chubb, but
you got 1 more year of Hunt.
You're going to do it one more time, Chubb and Hunt.
Oh, but because the money's right, but after next year, no more Hunt.
Yeah.
After next season, because Hunt's 27. After next season, he'll be 28.
And they've got that Johnson that's kind of sitting around.
Johnson will slide into the 2 hole behind Chubb. That's what I believe. Unless Hunt takes the hometown discount, which without the Cleveland Browns being his hometown, Kareem Hunt probably would not be in the NFL because they're the only team that would take a chance on him.
Right.
And he's a hometown boy, and he loves being here to where maybe he takes the hometown discount. If that's the case, then we keep Dearness Johnson his whole career as our number 3 back.
Yeah.
Unless his rookie contract runs out and somebody wants to pay more money. So,
right.
So before we're done with the Browns, I do want to talk Bears for just a minute.
Yeah, let's do it.
Can we do that? Mm-hmm. Like I know that not everybody on the show. Well, for our Southie friends, we got to talk Patriots just for a fucking minute because
Mac Jones.
I again was one of the few that thought that the Patriots weren't going to be the worst team in football once they got rid of fucking Cam Newton. But anyway,
we all knew Detroit was going to be.
So the Bears, if we've learned anything from the Chicago Bears, what have we learned, ladies and gentlemen?
That Aaron Rodgers owns them.
Well, if you want me to hate on Aaron Rodgers, I'm not going to do it. Aaron Rodgers is the best player in the NFL right now. Him and Tom Brady are probably 1 and 2 as far as the command that they have over a football game. Agreed. And that's from an arbitrary position of somebody that honestly would fight Aaron Rodgers right now. He would beat my ass in my front yard. My neighbors would probably laugh and throw water balloons and shit, but I would fucking...
So real quick on him, is he coming back to Green Bay next year?
Fucking yeah. There's no way he leaves the Green Bay situation. He brings Devontae Adams back with him. That shit isn't fucking changing. Especially with the way that this season's gone. If they were under 500, this season had gotten messy. But this has not been a good season. This has been a dominant season. Last count's 33 touchdowns, 4
Do you all
interceptions.
remember he lost the first game, or they lost the first game, and they were questioning everything?
Oh, I know.
And he laughed.
Right.
And obviously, he knew it was going to happen.
I get it. But what the Chicago Bear fans should have learned, and the rest of the world needs to know, is A, you don't pay any defensive player in this league $20 million anymore because points wins championships these days, not defense. So I love you, Khalil Mack. Khalil Mack's got to go. The time's up on Khalil Mack. You're going to be 30. You can't hunt a quarterback like you used to, and you certainly can't do it for $20 million a year. Second rule, I've watched him do it 3 fucking times. You never trade multiple first-round picks for a player. I don't know how else to say that in a way that makes fucking sense. You just did it again with Fields. Great. We're all happy that Fields is on board. Fields' numbers actually for a rookie aren't bad if you want to get back into the annals of time. Like, he's actually done really, really well for what was expected of him. That being said, he needs a shitload of help. You have no draft picks to fucking help this kid. Your best wide receiver is about to leave fucking town. So you need to rebuild an offensive line. You got a defense that's a fucking shambles, and you got like the 4th oldest team in the fucking league. So guess what, Chicago? You do have your quarterback of the future. Don't fucking get the kid killed. Rebuild the offensive line fucking first. Rebuild the fucking defense last. That's the only way that you're going to fucking win anything. Start putting up motherfucking points. If you fire Nagy, and I'm calling it right now, fire Nagy as soon as the game's over on Sunday. The game's over at 4, at 4:30. He's cleaning out his desk. Hire Eric Bieniemy.
Bieniemy who?
Offensive coordinator for the Chiefs. This is the man that you want running your team in a modern NFL. Please, for the love of God, Chicago, sign Eric Bieniemy to his first NFL head coaching job.
Easy on the fucking hardware.
America. New England's awesome. Mac Jones definitely proven to be the class of the class at quarterback. Trevor Lawrence.
You told me he was going to be good.
Who, Trevor Lawrence?
Yes.
He's going to be an all-pro. He's good. Trevor Lawrence is going to be good. Trevor Lawrence is going to be an all-pro, but he's not yet. Okay. So we can enjoy it for now.
I will tell you the other thing that the Browns need to do.
Hire Urban Meyer?
No. They need
a
legitimate quarterback backup.
They got one. Case.
No, he's not.
Murder was the case that they gave me.
He's not. That's why they didn't go to him when Baker could hardly fucking move.
You want to talk? Okay. I don't know where you think you're going to find this guy at. I don't know what kind of guy you have in mind. I'm going to tell you.
Maybe the guy that played third string and almost fucking beat whatchamacallit.
Nick Mullens.
Yeah.
Nick Mullens is good. Dude, Nick Mullens is one of the most...
He's their backup right now.
Everybody that just heard me say the phrase, Nick Mullens is good, and rolled your eyes, Google Nick Mullens stats. Legitimately ridiculous for the amount of football this guy's played. Now, I'm going to make a scary prediction for your division, and you're gonna think it's the most hilarious thing you've ever heard.
Okay.
I firmly believe that this offseason, Mitch Trubisky ends up in Pittsburgh, and it is not going to be a situation that Browns, Baltimore, or Cincinnati fans are going to like at all. And I'm telling you that from a Bear fan that watched that guy march them down the field multiple times to where they should have won games that they ended up losing. He actually led in less than 48 seconds. He led them down in what should have been.
Where is Mitch right now?
He's the backup in Buffalo.
Okay.
So he's not taking Josh Allen's job. He's like 25, 26. No, sorry, he's 27. Dude, the guy's legit. Been a Pro Bowl quarterback. If you think Pittsburgh is going to take this team that they have with a bunch of guys like Watt that are young, but they're also not like fresh chicken young. If you think they're going to step in there with some rookie, unproven shitbag fucking quarterback, you got the wrong fucking team. Because they're not going to do that this time. No, they might, but they're not going to this time.
They're going to give it to, who is it?
No, Mason Rudolph is not getting it.
What about the other guy? Did they get rid of the other guy from the Buckeyes?
Haskins, he's still there. But no, I'm telling you, they're going to bring in somebody from the outside. It's going to be a legitimate veteran.
They love their Buckeyes, though, in Pittsburgh.
They should. Their Buckeyes are fucking awesome and win them championships.
Right. So I don't know why they wouldn't give it to number 7, the other number 7.
If he's proven that he's not that guy, he's not the guy. I'm just telling you, that's my weird call, is that Mitch Trubisky, I'm telling you, I've watched both teams a whole lot. He fits Pittsburgh. That dude could walk in there. He throws a good medium to deep ball.
I would love
he's
that
smart.
because Mitch just can't finish games.
No,
so
Mitch does. His kickers can't. And he's never, and the defense
like
does
double
on the other
doink?
side. Dude, but that would have put them in the NFC Championship game. Mm-hmm. Mitch did everything you could have asked of Mitch.
Who was the double doinker?
Oh, fucking what's his ass? Fucking 43 yards.
He came over and
Cody fucking Pocky.
He came over and fucking kicked for fucking Cleveland.
Fucking Pocky.
Packy.
I do love Mac Jones, though. I hate to admit that I love Mac Jones, and I really, if I could pick a Super Bowl, it would be New England against the Buccaneers and New England winning. Yeah. With all my teams out, I would love to see Mac Jones beat Tom Brady in a Super Bowl.
Ooh, that'd be great.
That being said, if Tom Brady wins its 8th Super Bowl this year, I'm not even going to be mad. I'm to the point where I'm just watching greatness unfold in front of me. All that matters now is that Green Bay does not win it.
Okay.
All
right.
How are we doing on time?
Well, we got a little bit. They are calling this era in the job market the Great Resignation.
That is what they're calling it.
I think that's bullshit. It is not the Great Resignation. It is the Great, I'm going to go find something better, Ignation.
So how about we just call that the Great Reassignment?
The Great Reassignment. Because it's not the Great Resignation. And I've actually read an article on it. I actually did some research on this even a couple months ago because when I was deciding to fly the coop, I was employed at the Corp for 27 and a half years.
You were.
I decided to go look for other opportunities. Took my talents to South Beach, if you will. But there's a lot of, it's hard to do. And I think that if you are looking to see what is out there, to see if you can make a little bit more money, see if you can maybe work under better management, something. Now is the time. And I don't know how long this window will be open. Maybe a little while. I don't know, but at some point it will start to close again.
It may.
Like once that turd is gone, it closes up.
Maybe. Maybe not.
But business owners and CEOs should take note. I really think they should. There are a lot of dedicated workers that are fed up with management issues and low wages.
So you're talking about, come on, give me two words, buzz phrase. That sums up. Come on, what's the 2 words? They need to focus on.
I don't know.
Talent retention.
Okay, talent retention as well. Business.
No, that's the whole thing.
Business knowledge as well.
That's part of your talent retention.
27 and a half years, you know a few things. You've been around the block a few times. You've seen XYZ happen 1,000 times.
You are farmers.
You can take care of XYZ pretty quick because you know how to do it.
Yeah.
I think that there's a lot of employment out there that their old school mentality is they're not going anywhere. They need this job.
Those days are changing.
Those days are changing because it's not easy to find good help these days. And if you're starting to lose the long tenured folk, it's not a good look. And maybe everybody's having this problem. I don't know.
Everybody is having this problem.
Yes.
Except for companies that truly embrace the value of their people.
Right.
To where people wouldn't even think about leaving.
Right. Yeah, I mean, there are many employers out there now that know and are willing to pay a decent wage because they know if they do that, they're going to get good workers. I mean, that's what, but that's only 60% of it. The other part is management. You can't just be a complete doucher and expect that people are going to stay anymore. You just can't.
Here's the thing with me with management. And you can agree or you can disagree.
Sure.
It's completely your prerogative. Manager has become like a goal, where management used to be something that was a personal trait that would be brought out. Like managers would rise to the surface or to the occasion. You know what I mean?
Right.
It would become clear who the leader of the team was. If you put 10 kids on a team and you say, we're not picking a captain, you're going to have a fucking captain of that team, even if you don't fucking put a star on his fucking jersey.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To where I feel like management used to be more like that.
Like, look what he's doing. He's the guy.
But he's the leader.
Right.
So and when somebody sees that enough, then it's like, okay, here's your gold star, leader man. Now, manager is a title. Like, oh, you got your 6 years of school, you got that MBA, so a manager or a director's role is what you're looking for. But then when it comes to actually negotiating a personal relationship with a human being in a professional setting, they have no fucking idea what they're doing. Is that a fair assessment,
so.
or
am
I off on that?
No.
Because that's the problem is it's like a career politician. We have career managers right now that aren't good people managers.
No.
That was just their ambition for a career.
Right. I mean, I've seen it through my course at the Corp.
Yeah.
Where you've got the ass-kissing motherfucker that somehow, some way, some immaculate reception on his part or her part, they get into the management role, and they're horrible.
Horrible.
I've seen a specific person make people cry and don't give a shit. It's just unbelievable. I've heard stories from some of our facilities my former facilities, where these employees would actually sabotage production equipment, and instead of reprimanding them, they would promote them because they didn't want to lose an employee that would come to work every day. They would rather just promote him out of a position that they can fuck up shit so that they can't. So they're literally promoting them so they can leave the equipment alone,
right,
and to do less. It is unfathomable that we let, and then we also was more in my case, we get, and I don't understand how this happens. We have our group of our department, and you have somebody come in from the outside to do an overall evaluation.
Oh, those are my favorites.
So they did a 3 to 6 month evaluation of our department. And a short time after that 3 to 6 months was up, decided to hire this person as the overseer of everything in our department. And then basically, without any other way to say it, call what we were doing a shit show, which is very, very fucking insulting to the directors that were formerly the people in charge.
Yeah. How's that working out?
I think they're losing people.
Think?
Yeah, they lost one, and I know I know they lost another guy, and newsflash, I'm pretty sure they're going to lose another one here. So, but that's just my former department. I just don't like. Sometimes you gotta know where you came from.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of that.
Yeah.
You got to know where you came from. And if you literally just fucking came off the street pretty much, you might want to show a little bit of respect to the people that have been there 20, 30 years. Because storming through the doors and calling bullshit on half the stuff, and then, a year and a half, 2 years later, you really aren't doing much to improve anything. So a person in that position, you get hired in, you have to keep doing something. You have to keep reinventing the wheel. We had a guy, a production manager. We'll just call him Mike. Put everybody on 12-hour shifts. Remember who what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And fucked a bunch of shit up that didn't need to be fucked up. Because if you're in that position, you have to rearrange or make it look like you're doing something. Otherwise, why did we need you?
Right.
And that's kind of the department I left.
Right.
We had somebody come in that really didn't need to be there, but since they're there, they better be reinventing the wheel as much as possible.
Right.
Otherwise,
they create their own validation.
Right. Otherwise, there is no reason for that person to be there. And I think what's happening is people are starting to see that there's no need for this. And when you get degraded and you are, when let's just put it this way: when I bust my ass for 3 days straight, working 12 hours at a remote facility, and I get back and I'm told that I'm not meeting expectations, fuck off. You can only get so much out of a person. And when they're so dedicated that they're working 12-hour shifts, they don't even have to. They just know they have so much fucking work to do that they're just working 100 miles an hour, getting shit done. You are the same type of employee. You have the same mentality.
Yep.
You just want to get shit done. And when they have the nerve to tell you and to look you in the eye and say you're not meeting expectations because you missed a meeting or two on fucking Teams, when they should have been more of a manager and said, you know what, we know he's at that remote facility, busting his ass, doing what we told him to do.
Right.
Away
from his wife and his family.
Maybe
like you're off doing the company's bidding.
Maybe we can pull up the bootstraps and cover a fucking 20-minute meeting so he can get this fucking inventory done. I would hope. It's just backwards.
I will say this, though, and I think that there is a lack of it. Like, that they need more of it, but if you have the right managers and people in place,
absolutely,
it makes a huge fucking difference. Because I'm not going to name drop people one way or another, but I will tell you that there is one guy that I have always felt has my back. Like, if I need something, I can go to him. You know what I mean? And even if he's not, even if he's not going to give me just the answer that I want to hear, he's going to be straight up with me about the entire thing. And it's like, you've earned my loyalty. Mm-hmm. The other people that you work with that shake my hand and kiss my ass like I'm some kind of a great fucking part of the cog in the machine, I don't care what they had to say. They don't really fucking know me. They haven't earned my loyalty. I don't fucking work for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like that one person I work for. Because I'll tell you what, similar situations, it's like people don't fucking leave the job that they're doing. People leave the management that they fucking have.
A lot of it.
And when management fucking sucks, I think that people fucking should be going. I think if you're thinking about it, at least take a peek over the fucking hedges.
Well, and this was my problem. Been at the same facility for a long time. I think management at some point kind of sees me or you or whoever this person is they'll deal with it. They've been here for, now it's 15 years.
Well, they put you in a role in their mind,
I think that like
in a box.
as far
How's
as
that?
as far as a wage goes, as far as opportunity to maybe move up or do whatever, I think that corporations kind of get a little lax, and they don't really. They just need to pay more attention, one way or the other. It's just I don't know. I think like you just get classified as like typecast almost, like for movies.
Yeah.
To where they'll deal with it. He's been dealing with it. Why do we need to give him a raise? It's been almost a decade.
Yeah.
I think that they just really need to be like, whoa. The old joke at the corp was you might get the cost of living, maybe. But the old joke was, well, that 1 or 2% isn't actually cost of living. Can we call this something else? Because the cost of living is going through the roof.
The cost of doing business is what it became.
Yeah, right. But I don't know. I think that, but outside of that situation, if you have the ability and you just don't feel like you're being appreciated as much as you should be, and you know what, if you're a type of employee that comes to work every day and busts your ass, you should be as happy as possible.
I'm gonna say one more thing on this though, and this might not be fucking popular, but I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it anyway. Is the notion that everybody in the fucking world deserves to make $20 an hour? You can fucking suck my balls on that, because it's not fucking true. Because at some point in time, what you get paid has to come down to the value added that you bring.
Sure.
And your ability. So just because you show up, because you're the guy that clocks in at quarter till every day, I don't clock out till 5 after, I don't miss an extra minute on my lunch, I'm a company man, there's a spot for you. But it isn't the same fucking seat at the table as the person that's actually changing things for the better inside. No, because that's part of the fucking problem though too, is all of a sudden everybody has to make $15 to $20 a fucking hour. That's great. If every one of the people that all of a sudden get to make $15 or $20 an hour because everybody wants to fucking quit working, if you're going to fucking put up the same amount that those fucking people that made $15 or $20 an hour before you, great. But you're not gonna, and they're fucking not gonna. They fucking half-ass it the same way that they fucking always have, just with a different fucking price tag attached to it. That's all the fuck that it is, though. And it's fucking bullshit. To where it makes people on the other side of the fucking aisle want to push the fucking number even harder. I'll tell you that. Because when you know that you're bringing a lot more to the table, to the difference that you're making to the company's bottom line, congratulations, you pushed those 2 buttons on your machine
once again
faster today than you did yesterday by 10% because you got a 20% raise. Great. I just fucking made this company $500,000 fucking dollars because I'm smart enough to talk to the right person in the right fucking way.
Sure, like I said.
Like, that's not fucking cool.
Like I said.
At some fucking point in time, like that, it can't all be on the same fucking plane.
Corporations need to pay attention.
But you can't fucking treat everybody like they're the same. Because the same people that are going to be like, I want to be making $20 an hour, don't want to fucking put up and fucking have to do with what it fucking should take to make that kind of fucking money. Like, you should be out there fucking having to have hard conversations. Be out there actually fucking working your ass off in a way that isn't just, I'm going to stack this here and stack this here and then drop this here because that's what I was told to do and that's my job because that's what I do. No, there's no fucking comprehension or skill in what you just fucking did.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. There's something to be said for fucking effort.
Well,
but at the same time, the differentiator has to be the people that put the skill and the fucking effort together to make a real fucking difference.
Well, I mean, if you work for a corporation that people are getting paid for not doing anything, then that's stupid. Well, you have to pay attention.
I'm not saying I am. I'm just saying we know people.
I'm just saying. If your corporation decides to pay a fucking button pusher what they shouldn't be making, then that's, whatever. Well,
at some point in time, that button pusher is going to be waiting for a fucking order to make it out to the floor because you don't have anybody in customer service because they're not paid well enough. And the shit rolls down fucking hill.
There's a lot more stories with that.
But I'm just saying.
The problem with...
Should a button pusher make more than the person that's actually processing the fucking order?
I don't know.
I don't either. I'm asking.
The problem is, though, when you merge companies over time and people in certain departments are making completely different wages... because they don't want to correct it. They just want to keep it that way. That causes hostility. Half the department leaves.
Right. Well, We're not going to fix PCA in one night, but I feel like we've done a good job of starting off.
I'll tell you what,
know?
sons of bitches.
Packaging Corporation of America, we love you. So I don't want to talk about that anymore.
Yeah. I had something else to say about it, but I think I'm going to let it roll. Oh, I did want to say, you're talking about managers and having a good manager and knowing somebody that you have your back. You know what? In my department before I left, my prior 2 managers were the best people I worked for over 11 years.
I'm gonna go ahead and vouch for Joe and Daryl as both being fucking awesome.
Yeah.
So I know the odds of you two listening to this fucking show are probably close to fucking 0, but both of those guys were badass. I didn't work in the same department yet you did, and I'll even tell you as somebody from the outside, like I fucking respect those guys a lot.
Yeah.
So
and Daryl actually came in and bon voyaged me, so it was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Lastly,
I'm glad he woke up for his nap for that.
Yeah, that's.
I'm kidding. Daryl's retired and awesome.
Daryl actually made the point. Daryl was telling a story about being he's traveling and camping and doing fun stuff that's not associated with work, fun work if it is at work at all.
It's a good man, Charlie Brown.
And he said something about being in snow and had to get his camper out of there before because the snow was coming in. It was piling up and it was up to the wheel wells and they had to get out of there and they got out of there and somebody says in the room, "Wow, it sounds like that was tough." And he goes, "Way better than being here." Classic.
Love that guy.
So lastly, poker and fantasy sports update. We might be getting the band back together.
It's like a 98% chance at this point.
I don't know. We had a conversation prior to this show. I'm not sure now.
No, because you're pussyfooting around.
No, I'm not.
You can't just pull the fucking trigger. Pull the fucking trigger.
And then the rug gets pulled out from
There's a
underneath
chance that the bunker might end up at another location at some point in time. Because the bunker is now giant for one person and one small dog. So all I'm saying is...
I would just enjoy your space. You have all these deer heads. Jesus Christ.
I would like to have some more. It'd be really nice if my friends would kill a fucking few deer. You know, we can swap a fucking story here and there. Sounds epic.
I want to kill a giant Neanderthal, but everybody wants me to kill the ladies.
Just fucking shoot something.
It's not that important.
It's that important.
To you.
It is to me. I just want to hold up its heart like Simba.
I'm gonna reach in like the Dances with Wolves and pull it out. Yeah, that's good. So fantasy sports, we have a couple quick updates. We just finished the football league.
Another rough year.
Akron Zips won that again. Not the Akron Zips, but our friend Akron Zips. Brett, he took it down the second time in a row. He fucking came from left field and fucking whooped it.
That's back-to-back years, right?
Yeah.
Hey, man, adding to that wedding fund. We're going to have that thing pumped up in no time. By the time you get married, you're going to be loaded.
Oh, woo! And, so second year in a row. Last year he was 6th and won it all. This year he was 5th and swept everybody. I'm happy I actually made the
Brett's
money.
draft strategy. Draft Patrick Mahomes. Hope everybody else gets hurt. Just so you know, that's the winning championship back-to-back year strategy.
I didn't think he had Pat Mahomes this year.
He did.
He didn't draft him, did he?
Pretty sure he had Pat back-to-back years.
I thought Pat got traded around a little bit.
He might have early in the year, but I'm pretty sure he had Uncle Pat.
Maybe somebody dropped him.
I think Jake traded him to him, actually.
Okay. He made a trade. Well, no wonder he fucking won.
Fucking cheaters.
And then lastly, but I didn't know if you heard me, but I just was glad to make the money this time, finally.
Right.
I heard that Papa Pump over here is going to pay me $40.
I do owe you $40. I can just Venmo it to you or
Venmo, yeah.
Whatever.
Because it would be easier just to hand it to me.
Because I got like $11 in my pocket right now.
Sorry, it's all good. And then lastly, we have the ever-tenured fantasy baseball that so shortly before I left the corp, I was talking with one of the members of that fantasy baseball group, and he said, well, for like the last 4 years, I haven't even been playing. You guys just didn't even know. And I'm like, well, do you not want to play anymore? And he pretty much said, yeah.
I'm fucking out.
And then, so I messaged him after I left, like a couple weeks later. I'm like, were you serious? And he says, yeah, and the other guy is too. And so we lost 2. But we are bringing in Mr. Jake and Mr. James.
A different Jake, Not me. If you guys want to go all the way back to the early, I feel like it's somewhere around episode 10 was when Jake showed up, probably.
Yeah, Jake was our assistant on the show.
He was young Jamie for a couple of episodes here with us, and till he got pregnant with other things that ended up having his baby, which I completely understand. So, shout out to the baby and Mrs. Smith.
Yeah, Miles. So we got 2 new fantasy players. I don't think the other fantasy players, other than Jake and I, know this yet. We haven't really shot it out.
They'll find out. It's okay.
But we're gonna have a little bit of fun with. I think what we might actually do is, if we can get it to work out, we might actually have James and Jake come on the show, so that way it's recorded, and have them draft their keepers.
Okay.
Or maybe we'll just do it some other way.
No, I'm cool. I'm cool with that. We probably won't be able to record it.
Oh yes, we will.
Then you're gonna have to find a new camera angle.
We'll shove them right here.
Have to reset up the banker. I don't know if you know this or not. There's not really room for 2 people
If they stood sideways.
between us. If we got them a tiny bench, maybe.
It would be
I don't
kind of
fucking
weird,
know.
though, to have somebody come in and be like, okay, now you're done. Leave. I want to hear the door shut.
I know. Be like most Saturday nights at my house, you know? Like, oh, thanks so much.
And I think we're out.
Well, it's been great to have you back with us. I'm not gonna lie, pretty excited. That doesn't really help. No, none of this fucking helps.
Oh, wait.
I don't know where my fucking paperwork is. What I'm trying to tell you is that, like, after a long winter, all the crazy shit going on, we still believe in mental health here on this show. So if you got anything going on in your life, you need to talk to somebody, pick up the phone, 1-800-662-4357. Somebody on the other end of that line is going to be there to help you out.
That's right. So if you're having bad thoughts about hurting yourself or others, please give that number the call. I don't know if that was the right number. If it was, give it a call.
It was the right fucking number, 1-800-662-4357. And if you know Ethan Meeksel, tell that motherfucker we said hi and it's good to hear his shit again. I got nothing else. You out?
Yeah, we're out.
Pip, pip.
Cheerio.